All right, guys, we are back with top 4 Edison Format at Epic Cards and Games in Hurst, Texas. We got Jimmy on the left. He just rolled a 12 versus Yobani on the right. Jimmy's playing Frog Heroes while Yobani is playing GBs. Shout out to Cheddar Bob. We're going to always boo the GB players. So boo for Yobani for playing GBs. But he does have the best extra deck sleeves on the channel. Look at those SpongeBob sleeves. I need to get me some of those, man. My sleeves are pretty cool too, my Book of Moon sleeves, but those are better. Alright, so here comes E-Call from Jimmy. Now, Yobani went X1 to Swiss. I can't remember who he lost to, though. But Jimmy technically went X1, but he and I got paired the last round of Swiss, and he just conceded. I never give anyone the win. I always tell all my opponents, if I go undefeated, I always tell them either, A, you give me the win, or we're going to play it out. And most of the time, if we're both guaranteed top cut, most of the time people will give me the win, but some people... to me, the reason I do it is because I care about the points and kind of a little superstitious thing because let's say if I get the win and I end up getting knocked out, I'm thinking, man, what if we would have played it out? Would have changed the bracket. So that's why I prefer to either always play it out or my opponents give me the win. All right, so here he tests Tigers and then pops the Stratos with Murmillo. And attacks for 800, leaving Jimmy at 72. Now, I always prefer the players keep track of life points to always make mistakes. So, even though it's backwards, but it's fine. We can kind of tell. Alright, so Yobani sets 3, passes back to Jimmy. This is Jimmy's worst matchup, so we'll see how he does. Now, people say that the Frog Hero has a little bit of a better chance than like the traditional Frog Monarch deck. But at least the traditional Frog Monarch deck has Soul Exchange and multiple Econs if they don't Radiari or Treeborn. So I don't know. But here he's going to randomly space 1, which is the Call. I think that card is ridiculous in GB's. Call? I'm a big fan. Okay, so Jimmy's going to go Substitute. So let's see, does Yobani have the War Chariot? Did he stop it? So Jimmy's waiting to see if Yobani's got the War Chariot. Looks like he doesn't. Jimmy's still kind of new to frogs. I know he kind of made an illegal move the last time he was on camera, but, he's new to the deck. So many guys who've seen him on the channel, he's been playing Hero Beat. And Jimmy doesn't play that much Edison. He occasionally shows up. He's been showing up a lot more recently, but... I think he probably learned frogs just from watching videos, I think. Which there's little things here and there that are kind of complicated with frogs. Even like I had to learn a lot of these stuff. Luckily, Ryan taught me a lot of little neat tricks with frogs. All right, so here he's going to. My guess is Yobani's back rows are like bottomlesses and deep prisons, trap stuns, maybe a Starlight Road, because he can't stop the frog combo, and Jimmy needs to go for the dupe block and just hope that Yobani can't Geyseris you. I've done that in the past against GBs. I'll just go game 1, do block them, and hope. Okay, gotta hope they don't got anything to stop or any access to Bestiari until you like Caius them or something. Because he doesn't have a Chariot. I think he Chariot's a Substitute if he has it. Yeah, it's full frog combo, man. Just dump all the frogs, but people take a long time. Unless you want to keep like a dupe, or not a dupe, a Unifrog in the deck. When I go for the soft lock, I tend to leave like one swap in the deck, a Unifrog in the deck. But if I'm going for the hard dupe block, maybe I'll leave one swap and one Uni in the deck but if you send both your Substitutes, you can't get them back. So yeah, here Jimmy's gonna go for the dupe. Did he draw? He must have drawn the other dupe. Okay, the other dupe is probably in his hand. So he's going to bounce, swap. So again, technically Jimmy was undefeated. His record was X1, but he was undefeated. Oh, what was ridiculous about Jimmy was, something I want to mention, is he was supposed to play Nico in top 8. We saw Nico, he was eating the cheesecake the last round of Swiss. Nico got in at X2, he was 7th, and he was supposed to face Jimmy, but Nico just left. He probably went to go get more cheesecake, and that's why he left. And Jimmy got a free pass to top 4. So here, okay, so we kind of read that Yobani had a bottomless, so he bottomless stab 0. He's going to lose his Laquari. Now Jimmy bounces swap, extra normals do. We kind of figured he had that. Now does Yobani play Book of Moon? Because Book of Moon would be ridiculous. But I mean, Yobani's only got like how many cards in his hand? All right, I hope we get to see heavy. If Jimmy has a Monarch, oh God. If Jimmy has a Caius, he has Uni in his hand, so that's also really good. So he's gonna upstart first. Yeah, upstart first. Did he draw another upstart? He looks like me. People were joking that I always draw upstart off upstart, which is true. Okay, so 10k to 72. Tributes to Treeborn. Does he have the Caius? Oh, Caius. Targets the monster. It is the Hiplomus. Attacks. Okay, so let's see. Nothing. Okay, I'm convinced that first back row is like a Starlight Road. Or a bribe, something like that to stop heavy. That's why I don't like playing those cards, because they could be dead at times and they're easy to read. Now I could be wrong, but that's my guess. The old one. I don't know what the new one is. I mean, the new one, he couldn't stop the Caius at all, and now Jimmy's gonna probably bounce the Caius back. Yeah. I guess he didn't want to get rid of his Unifrog, but he's not scared of Yobani's back rows. Maybe he said a War Chariot. Maybe the new one's a War Chariot. So let's see. Yeah. No, go for the new one. The new one. No, I would have went for the new one. Yeah, see? Oh, no. No, I would have went for the new one. I knew that one was Starlight Road. I personally would have went for the new one. But Jimmy doesn't care. He's got him in the Caius slot. Every turn he's going to Caius him. Yobani needs Rescue Cat. Now Yobani sets a back row. Okay, now, and Dust or Regeki Break? Oh, yeah, hit the new one. Okay, that was good. That was good. It is MST. And now we're going to find out what the other back row. Yeah, Yobani's getting cooked. This is looking really bad. He's getting Caiused every turn. Here comes Caius. Now let's see what this one was. Okay, that makes sense. So now he's going to hit him for 34. The only thing you're afraid of is what? Gores? But if he has Gores, what does Gores do? You're just going to Caius the Gores. You don't even have to Caius the Gores. He can't attack. Yeah, this is... And yeah, Yobani got wrecked that game. Oof. The only thing is, I personally, I had to read that the old one was Starlight Road, so the only difference is I would have hit the Chariot a turn earlier, but it didn't matter. Alright, so game 2. Will Jimmy get to the finals and remain undefeated in this tournament, or will Yobani pull off the Deadly Legacy 2? I mean, he is favored in this matchup. We'll see how game 2 and 3 goes. How Jimmy sided. How did he side for this matchup? So, Yobani starts off by summoning Rediari, sets 2, so he probably has War Chariot. God, I love those sleeves. And here comes good old Trap Dust Shoot. Is Jimmy going to chain something to the Trap Dust Shoot? He does chain the MST. So he said Chariot with Dust Shoot. So Jimmy's hand is Wing Blast, Torrential, Miracle Fusion, Junk, and Caius. So you probably send back the Junk, because otherwise he's going to run over your Rediari. Yeah. And then Jimmy's hand's pretty bad. He has no access to Treeborn. See, you can see here, this is a perfect example of the weakness of Frogs. Just, if they stop your one play, Jimmy's whole hand is dead. His Caius is dead right now. His Miracle Fusion is dead. What else does he have? Caius, Miracle, Torrential, Wing Blast. His hand is really bad. Luckily, he has Torrential. That's the one thing keeping him in this game. I feel like Frogs, we just get devastated by Dust Shoot more than other decks, because our deck is such a combo-heavy deck. You need access to your Frog engine, or sometimes you draw too many Frogs and they'll Dust Shoot your one Caius out of your hand, and then it's rough. I played a lot of Frogs, so I know the deck's weaknesses very well. Alright, so now Jimmy sets a back row and passes. Cold Wave. So, yeah, Jimmy's getting cooked, man. So he probably knows that it's Wing Blast. Jimmy chose not to chain it. Should Jimmy have changed it, or did he not set the Wing Blast? Or maybe he doesn't want to get... I mean, we know his other two cards, right? Did he set a bluff? So here comes Bestiari. No. Should he have chained it? He could have. But does he care? I mean... So we don't know the card Jimmy drew for his turn. So Yobani goes for Laquari and Bestiari. I'm surprised Yobani kept in Cold Wave. That's probably the one card... Well... No, he can't set. Yeah, okay, good. They caught it. And Jimmy just concedes. Yeah, that's why Cold Wave is so broken. It's like, you can't activate your spells and traps, and then you can't set anything, or play your spells the turn after. God, I hate that card. I hated the most in Lightsworn. Because they JD you, and then they're like, oh, you can't use your spells to fight back next turn. Alright, so Jimmy gives the Dust Shoe back to Yobani, so Yobani's hand is Bestiari, Test Tiger, Sam Knight, Cyber Dragon, Deepers, and MST. So what will Jimmy send back here? It depends on what he set. So he chooses the Bestiari, not the Test Tiger. Oh, Spiritual Water Art. Okay, I'm surprised Jimmy did this. So now he gets to look at his hand again and send one of the cards to the graveyard. So he chooses the Sam Knight. Okay, so the rest of... That was good. I didn't see that coming. I was thinking Mind Crush, but no. He pulled the Dust Shoot, Spiritual Water Art combo. He gets rid of the Sam Knight. So now Yobani's hand is MST, D Prison, Cyber Dragon, and Test Tiger. Yeah, it sends to the graveyard. So did Yobani set the D Prison or the MST? I mean, that if he has Okaius, he's just going to Kaius your dang back row no matter what it is. So maybe Yobani was better off not setting anything. Yeah, he was probably better off not setting anything. D Prison can be kind of bad against frogs at times. Like, you kind of want to hold it whenever they drop the Ab-Zero in your hand. But luckily, Yobani might not get punished too bad here for that play. Yeah, you're just better off not setting the D Prison, because he knows your hand. He's just going to Kaius your back row. He's not going to be afraid of it. Now, if he did know your hand, maybe, because maybe Jimmy would be afraid of like a pull in the rug or something. If he didn't know your hand, or a bottomless. So yeah, Jimmy doesn't even want to waste his Unifrog attacking the D Prison. So yeah, full frog combo for Jimmy here. Mismatching Treeborns, Jimmy. People roasted me because I had a mismatching Machina deck, so I decided to go all common. My entire Machina deck is a common. So someone was roasting me on having like a mismatched Fortress, but the Fortress I had was a gift. Someone gave it to me as a gift. I think it was Sal. Sal gave it to me as a gift. So I was like, I'll throw it in my deck. But I actually like having an all common deck. My Machina Quick Draw deck is all common. The main deck, at least. Alright. So Jimmy kept in the dupe lock. A lot of people side out the dupe lock when they go up against GBs. You can like hurt them at times with the dupe lock, but if they get access to like 2 GB monsters, they can just Gyzerus over it. That's the only issue with it. But I believe most people side out the dupe block. So here he Typhoons the D Prison. Standby. So Jimmy probably doesn't have a Monarch. Okay, so now I'm wondering if Jimmy has Miracle Fusion, will he slam down the Miracle Fusion right now and get in there for how much damage would that be? 4K. That's half of Yobani's life. We'll see if... Okay, so Jimmy is going to do it. I would do the same thing because Yobani's hand is weak. You know his hand. Just put him on a clock, hit him for 4K, take half his life. No, don't do that, man. That's just Greek. All right, good. I thought he was about to switch to dupe to attack mode. Yeah, just take half his life. Leave him at 4K. You got Malicious Edge as well, so you know most of his cards are what? Cyber Dragon, MST, Test Tiger, right? He just drew heavy. Oof. Nah. Yeah, Yobani used to play Edison, but he's not a regular. He occasionally shows up. You guys, anytime he shows up, I'm probably going to feature him because most of the time he plays GBs. And you guys might remember him because of those SpongeBob sleeves. Yeah. We got to teach Yobani how to side against frogs. Side errors. All right, so he tributes Treeborn for Caius, targets one of the back rows, hits the MST. Let's see, so Jimmy's maybe playing around Mirror Force because he was trying to hit the new one. So he hit the one he knew. So you know the last one of the cards in Yobani's hand is Test Tiger. So you don't know the other two. So Jimmy's being aggressive, trying to go for game, but he's about to get deprisoned right here. Loses his Ab-Zero. I mean, Yobani's still on the clock. But that was... Would I have risked it there and gone for game? I mean, you know his hand. I think Jimmy did the right move. Because you know his hand. You're going for game. Like, you better have the deep... Whenever he didn't Mirror Force you. So he attacks. Let's see. Does Yobani have a response? So Yobani is now down to 16. Jimmy brought back the Treeborn. So Jimmy sets a back row and passes back to Yobani. Let's see if Yobani can do anything. Oh, Soul Taker. All right. That's pretty good for Jimmy. Sorry, not for Jimmy. That's okay for Yobani because Jimmy doesn't have any more offense going. So I'm just thinking, was that the right move being aggressive there when he got deprisoned? I think so. Like, you know his hand. He had to draw another deprison. So here Jimmy's going to tribute summon Malicious Edge. This is the second time I've seen Jimmy do this play. Tribute 2 monsters from Malicious Edge. I played Frogs forever and I never tributed 2 from Malicious Edge. I almost never did it. I did 1, but never 2. Right, so he draws for Upstart, and now he needs to draw at the end phase for Malicious Edge. I believe it's a mandatory effect. Alright, so Jimmy drew Snowman. I like Snowman, but not against... See, the thing about Snowman is it's good against Hero Beat, but Jujutsu Master is better against like Black Wings and all sorts of decks. Jujutsu Master is better. Okay, so here's the out to the dupe block, the Book of Moon. Heavy! Heavy is Jimmy's enemy controller. Now summons a quest and brings out the Tiger. Now what move will he do? Will he go for the Secutor play? Yeah, I guess you go for the Secutor play. Hit the dupe. Doesn't matter which one. Then you're going to bring out 2 GBs. Okay, Yobani's at 1,000. Yeah, just hit the dupe. You can't run it over, so you might as well hit... Do you hit the face-up one or the face-down one? I think... Does it matter which one you hit? We'll see if it matters. I can't think of a reason why it matters. So he's going to bring out Ready Ari. What are you going to do? Herc? But, like, you don't have... Can you grab back Chariot? Is Ready Ari the right play here? He doesn't have a Chariot in the graveyard, so... Is Bestiari's effect is mandatory. So, could he have gone Murmillo? Could he have gone Murmillo, Bestiari, and made the dupe miss timing there? Yeah, so both dupes will activate. It doesn't matter. I don't think him adding an extra frog is going to matter in this situation. Like, all Yobani has is a Geyseris and a Ready Ari. Like, Jimmy can easily out this with... Oh, he just drew Miracle. Yeah, he just drew Miracle. So, now he'll be able to just wipe Yobani's board. Yobani's at 1,000. And the Ready Ari is going to give him 1,000, so... Oh, Jimmy had game! Jimmy had game. Wait, what? Is he out of heroes? Oh, I think he doesn't have heroes. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I think... Oh, that's why Yobani Ready Ari the prodigy. Okay, I didn't know. That was his only hero. It makes sense. Alright, so... Oh, but Jimmy has a set Snowman, so he attacks with Geyseris, and then the Snowman's going to pop the Geyseris, and Yobani chose to keep the Ready Ari in defense mode. And he's at 1,000. Wing Blast. Discard 1 for 1. Does he have a Swap Frog? Is Swap Frog game? Caius' game too. Just Caius. Yourself. Oh, Swap Frog is game. So Jimmy is going to the finals. He remains undefeated in this tournament. I wanted to face Jimmy in the finals, but John knocked me out in top 4 because technically we didn't play in the last round of Swiss. But congrats to Jimmy. We'll see if he can get his 3rd win on the channel. Or will John get his 10th win? And he's been on a 6-month slump since he won an Edison local. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that match. And check out the link in the description. I have a coupon code for 5% off Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles and product at Epic Cards and Games. The code is my first and last name, Oscar Zelaya, one word, all caps. Yep, I'll see you guys next time.